Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the compound. It was about time to get another video up and rolling, so here we are. Most of you guys know what this one is. This is the 1966 F100, which will be on display at the Proline booth during Proline by the Fire. So if you'll be there, this truck will be revealed there. Currently right now, it's almost a rolling chassis. I'm waiting on some more stuff from Proline. I have something pretty neat in the works with how I'm going to do the body, and so once I get the next few parts and stuff I need, I can actually get this thing as a roller, because without the bodies and just how I want to do it, I can't build the back half yet. I can, of course, mount the forelink. I did pick up these sweet laser cut tabs from Gearhead RC. These guys are super sweet, make life really easy. And then I have custom rectangular, actually square tubing. Up here it's actually like 3/8 by 3/8, so I can do true shock mounts. So the fancy Proline power strokers can sit up in here like this, which is kind of like how they do on the full size. But I don't know, I'm not sure yet. If that doesn't work, I'll just go back to running the Gearhead tab some way or somehow. But these will certainly be for the radius arms and the trailing arms. But yeah, this thing is fully built with the metal core crown sets rear end, and then with my own custom I-beam front end, which I have built one in the past, and now it's time to make an actual, concept, a true working setup that would take the abuse of doing over 80 mph plus, and actually be able to tune and go through some gnarly stuff. So yeah, that's why it's taking a tad bit longer, because I'm trying to come up with kingpin designs and certain spindles, because we first machined out these spindles, which were kind of a test design, but I'm changing up how I want to do these. I'm actually probably going to fabricate a true kingpin spindle setup with the I-beams. So this is one of the I-beams, which I'm not sure if I'm going to truly use these yet, but if I can make them work, I'll use them for now, and then if I have time, I'll come up with the ones that I had envisioned. This is shortly based off of RJ Fab's I think it was a 65 F150 or F100 that they had built, so I kind of mocked it around that, but kind of gave it my own flair. Because, most of the stuff, the Gen 4 I built, from kind of what I envisioned, and all my other ones, there's no drawings for any of this stuff. I just build to what I feel like looks good and proportionately with the body. That's just how I work. There's no drawings, there's no... I did one jig for the Gen 2, but, I haven't made another one of those since I came up with that. And you guys have been wanting those chassis, which has kind of veered me away from doing any of the other ones, which... After the Proline, once this thing's done and I can slow down, I'm not worried, I'll finally start producing a few chassis here and there for a selected group of people who I trust, and kind of see how that goes. And if that goes okay, then I'll go ahead and make like 5 to 10 cages, and once those are sold out, I'll make another batch. So yeah, I have thought about doing laser cut kits, or sending in measurements to my buddy's laser setup to have them cut out so you can weld it yourself for the people who do have a welder and have somewhat ability to put one of these together. It'll be a really simple cage, of course, but it kind of be more of a fun if you are learning and want to build your own. So yeah, I might do that if it's kind of feasible. It has to be feasible in order for me to do it. But yeah, anyways, this thing was kind of a challenge. It wasn't really a challenge, it was more... It was a fun challenge, kind of figuring out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to fit everything. So, running with the frame rails, I originally had a frame rail piece that was just the front section, and then I started building off of that. But I didn't like how it kind of turned out, and I figured just to take the frame rails all the way to the back, where the trailing arms would mount and where the radius arms are, and call it from there. So it will have a floor. I do planning on having seats in it, a dash, and I think I'm actually going to be fitting it with a true working navigator for the driver and co-pilot. But I gotta figure that out. But there's a guy on Instagram, I don't fully remember the name, I know it was Scale something, I'll link it in the video, but he has a true working navigator, and you can even fit your own logos in it, which is pretty neat. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan with this. I just plan to get it rolling for right now. I'm just waiting. I have another order getting shipped out this week, hopefully that'll be here from Proline, so I can get started back up on this. And then this is the old light design, because I'm probably going to do box lights. If I can find them, because you can't find those things anymore, but this guy will probably mount up somewhere in here. But yeah, and then the livery for the body will not be released until it's at the event. So yeah, I have a big thing I'm going to do with this truck and with the Gen 4, because for those that don't know yet, I'll point it that way. The Gen 4 has a new body now, so she is looking really fresh. I actually haven't had a new body on this thing since never. This thing has never had a fresh body, but yeah, it looks, it's, I don't know. It's neat because you can see all the tube work and where everything goes and kind of get a neat view, but yeah, it's, that will also be released when it's at Proline, or when I show up. I might actually release this truck earlier with the new livery. But yeah, I have big things in the works. And then for the F100 body, I'll show you guys what that looks like. So pan this down to there. Oh, sorry about that. I have a stack of bodies over here. Fits nice and square. So that's what it looks like. It's really killer. I've been really wanting to build a truck like this for quite some time, but just haven't had the opportunity to. And when a buddy of mine got me the opportunity to actually do this, I stepped right up and instantly, you know, started planning out what I wanted to do. And it's, I mean, I've worked a long ways to get to this point too, so I mean, it's finally starting to pay off with this thing. I mean, it's crazy. There's not a lot of hours into this chassis and it's almost done. It's just piecing it all together. I mean, I have a few. Once that one's done, I have Kenny's or 1422 Racing's version 2 decade, which is sitting here, and I also have another. This is display chassis. I'm starting for local. Actually, not local high school. They're located down in SoCal area, but they wanted a little display thing for their class. And then I have the Riser Bros truck, which is probably my next personal truck. This will replace the Gen 4, and this thing's pretty killer. I used the front bulkhead on this to put on Kenny's rig, because I'm planning on doing a different front end for this. Actually, I'm machining out a new front end, which lo and behold, be 4-wheel drive, so actually coming out with new spindles. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for now, but that's what is in the works. And of course, you know, this thing will have, you know, seats, as I said, and I'll try to update you guys more on really what's happening with this, but I just can't thank, you know, Proline enough for their gracefulness and helping me kind of put this build together. And I can't wait to tune with these guys, because I've been wanting to use these shocks for quite some time. Sorry about that. And now I can. So these will have 4 up front, so one as a bypass and one as a coilover, and then I'll have one in the rear, and then I'll have my own custom shock, which I'll be releasing after the event, which is fitting a true internally bypass setup. So it's something I've been in the works for a few months. I've actually tested it on the Gen 4, which I never actually mentioned, but it has been used on this guy. So stay tuned for that, and you know, figured I kind of give you guys a little update, and hope everyone's doing well, and see y'all next time.